So we're here with Cashew, and we're talking about how to read Cashew's body language. I'm going to go over the ears and also something else. So for the dogs with squared ears, like Labs, Dalmatians, she's a mutt, so one of her ears sometimes has a squirrely thing this way and the other one's flat. But generally speaking, if it's more squared, like what you would traditionally see as a Labrador or something like that, with that square look, then that's more confident. It could be assertive, it could be commanding. That's kind of the default, how you should see them. When they want to be a little bit more apologetic or appeasing or respectful, you'll see them turn so the inside of the ear is facing their cheek. When they want to be really apologetic or humble or respectful, they're going to turn it so the inside of the ear is going to be facing forward. And so by knowing how to read the ears, you can kind of get a good indicator of where the dog is at. Now, if you correct the dog, you should see the ears flip back. And so you'll see as you start watching your dog, and kind of watch your dog's ears as you're correcting it or rewarding it or calling it, and you'll get to start to see trends. Oh, when it goes like this is how she's feeling. And you'll get to be able to read the dog just from reading the ears. Now, when it comes to her reacting to other dogs out on walks, usually the very first sign is something that most humans miss. Most of the time, humans don't respond until the dog is actually lunging and growling and barking. But it starts usually much sooner than that. Usually the first sign is this. If I'm a dog walking down the street and there's a dog over here, and I'm like, I lower my head and I start to stare. So you see the dog staring, that's the first communication. Hey, I see you, I'm not comfortable. Other signs to look for: licking the lips is a sign of stress often. Turning the head to the side and yawning can be called a calming signal. It can be a way of trying to relax itself or relax another dog. If you see the pupils dilate, a lot of times that means that they're excited. If the hair goes up on their hackles, which is between their shoulder blades or their hip blades, that's an involuntary reflex. They're trying to make themselves look bigger. That's something to be attuned to. She has a tail. If her tail goes straight up, she's kind of flying the flag, trying to be more assertive and make herself look bigger. If she stops breathing or breathes really fast, that's another signal. Or if she's like walking and just like freezes, that's a big signal. So any one of these by themselves, we're not that worried about. But if we start seeing a combination of them, that's when we want to be more proactive in terms of reacting to the dog. Now, the other thing is, if we're walking down the street and you see all of a sudden her ears come forward, or she starts staring, or her hackles go up, her tail goes up, she starts breathing heavy, and then she starts pulling on the leash. Well, and if we correct her at that point, she's getting herself all worked up. So just like humans, if you ever get in a car accident, after the accident, you still have the shakes because the adrenaline is still in your blood. It takes a while for your liver to filter it out. So when she sees another dog, she starts working herself up. So she's like, there's a dog coming. So now cortisol is being dumped into her bloodstream, accelerates her breathing and her heart rate. And then the dog gets a little closer, her adrenal glands dump adrenaline into her bloodstream to prepare her to fight or flight. So by the time the dog gets close enough, she's all worked up and she just physically can't just turn it off just like us. We can't say stop shaking after your accident. It takes a couple of minutes. If you can catch her, you see what she's doing before she reacts and you disagree with her. I wasn't doing anything. It's much easier to distract. If you have two humans, they're going to get in an argument and you catch them right away. Hey, this is a nice friendly dinner. We don't want to talk politics. They can give it up. But you let them argue for a couple minutes and then tell them to stop, they can't because they're all worked up. So one of the dirty secrets of dog behavior is, again, seeing it before it comes and disagreeing with it. So if you're out walking, you see a dog down the end of the street, you'll probably see it before she does. If I'm walking and I see the dog, I now turn and I'm walking while I'm watching her. So as soon as she sees the dog and starts staring, then I can give her a way of disagreeing, which I'm going to go over here in a minute. And then as soon as I wasn't doing anything. Preemptive is much better way to disagree with the dog. So these are some things that you can look for in terms of dog behavior to be able to read your dog's body language to understand where they're coming from.